What's up, everybody, and aloha, all you Hawaiians out there, both near, far, and everywhere in between. What's up, what's up, what's up? Hope you guys are having a great week, or starting a great week, or had a great week, whatever. I hope your day is blessed. Hope you guys are doing okay out there. Thank you for listening, for viewing, whatever you are doing. Oh, shoot. Forgot my earring. I have one earring on this side, and this one just came out this morning, so sorry about that. But anyways, welcome to my A Hawaiian podcast. This is hosted by A Hawaiian, and my name is Kale2K. If this is your first time, hope you guys enjoy listening to what I have to say. But we're not gonna go through a long intro. I'm just gonna put my earring in real quick. Goodness gracious, and then we can get started. There we go. And then we can get started on the Mahalo moment. So let's get to it. Okay. So recently I'm so thankful we got to celebrate 2 birthdays. One was for my oldest daughter, who turned 6, and then my other child, who turned 3. Now I bring this up because literally we had 2 parties within about a week, within the week, right? So back to back kind of thing. But at both parties, something totally different took place. Okay, so my oldest daughter, we're going to start with her party. She turned 6 years old. She was born premature. So my daughter, India, she has missing fingers and toes. We push her to just do whatever. She loves karate. She loves to learn. She loves to be very helpful. In fact, a couple nights ago, we were trying to get her to go to bed, but she just wouldn't. She didn't want to. She knows that we're preparing to go to Hawaii, so she's just trying to be very helpful as much as she can, and it's like 11 o'clock at night at this point. So we kind of had to, she's like, didn't want to go to sleep. She wants to be helpful, so, of course, I took advantage of that. I was like, okay, fine, if that's what you want to do, let's go, let's get to work. And she's a very, very good girl. But her birthday came, it was really good. Unfortunately, I had to work that day. But we had something small. Something small, but something worth it, of course, something amazing. While I was at work, my wife got to make a birthday cake not birthday cake. My wife got to make cake with my daughters. So they made a cake. It was beautiful. I wrote out a card for her. So I woke up early in the morning to get ready for work. My kids are still asleep. So I wrote out this birthday card on a princess birthday card. And I thought it was beautiful. Nice writing, meaningful message. I even thought that I bought the correct balloon. I bought a number 6 balloon like my wife had requested many days ahead of this. Come to find out, the balloon is this big. Literally 3 inches big. My wife wanted the big 16-inch one. I came back with a 3-inch one that's supposed to be for the top of a cake. So when I blew it up, I was like, all excited. I blew it up. It literally just went one breath, whoop, and popped up. Kind of like my, Anyways, so that threw me for a loop. And when my daughter woke up, she was laughing. She said, Dad, she called me up later and said, thank you for the card, Dad, and thank you for the little balloon. It's cute because now I can hold it and I can keep it in my pocket. And I was like, oh my goodness, it just tore my heart. That balloon did not last that long because being a 6-year-old child, she doesn't really pay attention to a lot of the things she does, and the balloon ended up being popped and in the trash can. But the thought of it overall was the most important part about it. So we got to eat cake, we got to hang out. Let me see. Got to hang out, got to eat cake, of course. My number 2 child, whose birthday was coming up in a few days afterwards, she was like, she just wanted the frosting off the cake. She would take literally a chunk of my daughter's birthday cake, take a chunk, scrape the top off, eat that, and be like, oh, can I have some more? Literally, that's all she wanted to do. And then when we told her, no, baby, you cannot take this, you cannot have these pieces. Like in certain celebrations, certain birthdays, certain pieces of cake go to, the birthday girl, obviously. She has to choose what she wants. Plus, I was trying to control the intake of fuel that was being given to my daughter, of energy, literally because it was getting later and later at night. And I didn't need her to turn into Spider-Man and start climbing all these walls. Mind you, Spider-Man is one of my daughter Lanai's favorite characters. If we put Spider-Man on, Spider-Man and Friends, she's into it all day long. So to prevent that obnoxious battle from taking place between me and her, I told her, you cannot. And she started crying. She was very sad. But I told her, baby, look, your birthday is coming up. And she said, yeah, my birthday's tomorrow. I said, no, your birthday is not tomorrow. Your birthday will be coming up soon, and we will make you a cake then. And sure enough, that happened. And we celebrated her birthday by going to my wife's cousin's place where they could jump in the pool, have some fun, literally be there all day. This one was a little bit better because it was more kid-oriented. My daughter, India, and my wife kind of shared a birthday with friends, and it was good. It was really nice. This one was with family. It had a pool. The sun was out. It was blazing. Hot. I was at work. So they went to the pool. They took, all our girls went out there. Musubis were made. If you don't know what a musubi is, shoot yourself in the foot or go look it up or go look for a local Hawaiian place near you. Ask them for a musubi. It'll change your life. It'll change your perspective on how valuable spam can really be. I'll just put it out there, okay? They made musubis. They got pizzas. They did a lot of stuff. And I'm glad that they did it because they had fun. And that was the whole point of it. My kids turned dark. I didn't recognize them. They looked like little dark menehunes by the time they got out of the water. But overall, celebrating my daughter's birthday was really fun. We got to sing happy birthday to her. This time I bought her the correct size balloon that she wanted, the 13 to 16 inch balloon, number 3. We had her blow out her own candles, but at the pool, okay, so this is how crazy that day was. So it was celebrated a day before because of the cousins and whatnot. So I went to work. It was blazing hot out here in Utah. So at the end of my route, my shift, whatever you want to call it, I called my wife to check on them, see how they were doing at the pool, and they said, oh, why don't you come on down? I was like, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, because it is hot. I feel like just jumping in the water, right? I get to the pool, I play with my kids, I throw my niece and nephew, power bomb into the water, all that fun stuff, eat half of the musubis that were there. So freaking delicious. Thank you, cousin. And then we're wrapping him up, right? It's starting to get late. My wife said the kids have been in there for 5-6 hours, just constantly swimming, sleeping, going back in. We're wrapping them up. I'm over there trying to bathe them, all right? And my wife, thank God it wasn't, let me just put it this way, thank God it wasn't me getting chewed out this time, okay? So my wife checks on us and is basically like, okay, babe, how are you doing with the girls? I'm like, oh, no problem. I'm wiping them up. I wash them, scrub their hair, scrub their body, getting ready to leave. And she goes, okay, be careful when you step out because there's just baby doo-doo everywhere. There's just baby shit everywhere outside. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And with my wife, if she's going to give you some leeway, I don't even know how to say it, not layaway, but leeway to correct a mistake, and you don't correct it or attempt to correct it within, let's say 10 seconds, she'll make it known. And I love her for it because when it's not me getting chewed out, it's the best, okay? So she states, she's telling me, oh yeah, there's just somebody's kid just shit all over the floor. And she's not just having the conversation with me. She's having the conversation loud enough so people can hear her, right? Now, I don't know what else happened before this took place, okay? Mind you, still celebrating my daughter's birthday at this point. So we end up, I end up finishing up the girls, wiping them up. In the back of my mind, after my wife has said this out loud, she's talked to this lady who's giving her attitude about the shit on the ground too. In the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, I got 3 kids. Get them to safety. because we're about to throw down. There's got to be an issue where we're going to throw down, right? Right. Thankfully, my wife's cousins are on edge enough to be willing to throw down at a drop of a dime. So that I am thankful for. Well, the full story, when we eventually get out, things are calm, shit's cleaned up, thank God, nobody left their shit around. My wife explains the full story. She tells me the story, and it goes like this. She's walking to clean up our mess, right? All our ukana, she's picking it up, she's trying to take it to the car, make sure, we get out of here in a timely fashion. And this little girl, Polynesian girl, walks up, follows her, and is just following her. My wife doesn't know who this kid is, who she belongs to. I'm guessing the other Polynesians that are there at the pool. And she's like, my wife goes, hey, baby, go find your mommy. I'm not your mommy. There's no adults here. It's just me. Go inside. Go find your mommy. They're over there by the table. I believe that's who you belong to. This girl continues to follow my wife, but then she starts to spread her legs out. And this girl is probably like, I don't know, 3 to 6 years old. Okay, she spreads her legs out, and my wife's like, oh, she's just gonna pee. She brought some Yogurtland Rocky Road chocolate, whatever it is. Okay, she put on some chocolate sorbet, and it started falling out of her diaper. Like when you pull that ice cream machine, it just comes all swirled out. My wife said that's what it looked like. It looked like Rocky Road chunks were just falling out, like a landslide just took place in this girl's diaper. It starts falling on the ground, and she starts walking all over the place. So my wife's like, oh my God, crap, there's shit on the ground everywhere. Oh, disgusting. So, being the reasonable adult she is, she goes to the people, the family, and says, hi, this little girl, she shit her diapers, there's shit all over the place. Can one of you guys clean this up? And no adult there decided to stand up and move right away. Mind you, this is this is not a public pool, but it's a pool where people go to, and for them to have shit on the ground not only makes it look bad for other brown people, other Polynesians, because this girl looks like she could belong to one of us. It's just bad, overall bad hygiene, everything. So nobody moves, and that's where they messed up. That's where my wife thought, oh, you guys not gonna move, kid, and I will cause a scene so that you guys can feel embarrassed and realize, oh, maybe we should be grown-ass adults and take care of this kid. Eventually, that's exactly what happened. My wife even said that the other kids who are part of that Polynesian circle or whatever were also stepping on the poop. And I was like, that's so gross, yo. That's gross. That's worse than trying to clean a farm. You know what I mean? That's worse than walking through pig shit to clean the pigs. That's disgusting. It is not nice. It is not beautiful. It is not. Ew. Why? Why? This ain't Blue's Clues. This ain't shit clues. This is not shit clues. You don't leave clues around like that. Clean it up and move along. So, babe, I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful that it wasn't me this time getting chewed out, because I know for a fact my wife wouldn't let that down for a very long time. So that's how we celebrated my second daughter's birthday. The end. That's it. That's basically the end of that story. It will overall, that's basically how we celebrated. So literally days apart from each other. One, very good, wholesome, calm, meek. The other one, let's take a turn let's just throw some drama in on that. Thankfully, nobody got into a tussle. Nobody got into a fight. Even though the back of my hairs are standing up, like, okay, we got to throw down. It's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. It's going to happen soon. Thankfully, that didn't. Oh my gosh. So and thank you, babe, for warning me, because I did not want to step on shit. Moving forward, though, after that celebration, I also got to perform at a wedding, which was very, very cool, very awesome, and very small. We went to... It was held at this memorial park, this state park. Had a pavilion, had a plug-in. Thank God I had a plug-in, because I was trying to figure out how I was going to be able to plug in my equipment and perform for them. Excuse me. Not many people were there, just a good handful of people. Some people that I knew, some people that knew me from, me being a delivery guy. So it was fun. Overall, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that more than playing at the restaurants, just because it didn't seem like I had to really adjust too much. They hired me because of the music that they enjoyed hearing me play. Of course, they asked me to play some requested songs. One was a country song and one was a reggae song, which kind of threw me off. But in my repertoire, because in Hawaii we love country music and of course we love reggae music. So that was fun. Before that even started though, I was starting to freak out because I was like, okay, I got all my equipment, I got all the plugs I need, except this lightning cord auxiliary adapter. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I need this stuff to play my music on my PA system, right? To kind of be more entertaining. I head down to Walmart. I buy this $30 piece because the guy's like, oh, this is how it works. You plug this in here, plug that in there. It'll work. It'll start working fine. Don't worry. I'm like, okay, shoot, sounds good. Boom! Book it back. I'm a little bit late from setup, but thank goodness they didn't set up yet. They were late. Their own wedding party was late. Because I got there pretty early to try and find out, where they wanted me to set up. There's no balloons, there's no signs, no nothing, no reservation tables, nothing. So when I got back from buying this piece from Walmart, it was okay. Like they were still trying to set up, still trying to get things organized. So I was like, okay, let's go, let's put this together. I did it. I put everything together, did my mic check, mic check, ukulele check, everything. Plugged in that auxiliary cord piece only to find out didn't work. It didn't work. I spent $30 and stress and sweat down my back for no reason. I literally was like, what the hell? So I had to play the music as best I could. Thankfully, I have Bluetooth speakers, so that worked for the most part. Overall, though, I performed a lot of Hawaiian music, a lot of reggae music, a lot of, of course, the requested music as well. And the groom's father came up to me and paid me. And that to me was very, very special because he was trying to cover the tab. And this is how honest of a person I am, especially when it comes to stuff like that. And maybe this is a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. Because at this moment, I could have taken advantage of this couple, this brand new married couple. They're willing to pay me. No doubt they're going to pay me via Venmo. And not knowing that, the groom's father had paid me through cash, already paid everything up. So he gave me the money. I put it in he actually put it in my pocket. And while I was playing. So, and you kind of tell me what you guys would have done. Yeah, me as a human being, I know I couldn't live with myself knowing that I double dipped when I shouldn't have. The father paid me $200, and the groom and bride were going to pay me $200 via Venmo. Thankfully, my conscience was clear enough to know that, hey, that's not good to just steal from people, even though you probably could get away with it, because once it's in my bank account, there's nothing, and cash, you can't really trace it. But I told them, I said, hey guys, I just want you to know that your father paid me in cash the amount that, $200, which was the fee. And I said, I don't know what it's for, but I will accept that instead of you guys having to pay me for Venmo. So your father, I told the groom, I said, your father basically paid for it. It's all good, bro. So it gave them less stress. And so you guys can tell me what you guys think. Would you guys have taken the money? Maybe a lot of you would. Part of me is like, bro, you could get away with it, bro. Don't worry. You don't need to tell them nothing. You could be banking for $400 for 2 hours of work. I was like, oh, man. But no, I know down in my conscience I wouldn't be able to live with that. So did that, had a wonderful time, had a blast, was able to talk story with people who are actually taking ukulele lessons. So when they saw me perform, they were happy about it. So yeah, I learned from that experience, I learned to be honest, even when it comes down to being a businessman, because in the long run, I saw it as, hey, this guy, they could recommend me for a friend. Like, hey, bro, this guy's a good musician. Listen to him play at the restaurants. Here's his information. And what's good is he's honest. and they can share that experience with their friend. Like, hey, my dad, I didn't know my dad paid him $200, and before I could pay him again, he stopped me and said, hey, your dad paid me already. He could have. They can say, Clay could have just kept the cash and the Venmo money, and we would never have known. He didn't have to tell us, but he was honest enough to tell us. And so, we recommend him to you too, because eventually, if they found out that I was double dipping, they could probably be like, bro, don't listen to that guy. That guy's trash. He's one crook, and I don't want that label to be on me. So, so that's basically what happened there at the party. Had a wonderful time. So those of you who are watching and or listening, look me up on social media, Calais2K, and book me if you want me to perform for you. Just shoot me a message, let me know. We'll talk. We'll get that all taken care of and whatnot. My biggest goal as far as music goes is to perform. Obviously, perform at like a whole outlet. Perform, make my own music, perform, and maybe one day get to meet one of my favorite artists in the world and do a song with him, Fiji. That'd be cool. That'd be awesome. Of course, if anything beyond that happens, that'd be super great. So that's my goal. That's one of my goals for this music venture journey thing. So with that being said, I'm going to stop there about that. And we're going to continue in a moment with Happy Pride Month. Totally didn't know that June was Pride Month. So Happy Pride Month to all of you. As far as where I stand, I saw this information on social media. The best is watching the Polynesians come out and celebrate Pride Month, because ain't nobody gonna say shit to these guys. Okay, there's this like, oh man, I don't even know how to explain this to you. But for those of you who are this whole LGBTQ movement thing is awesome. It's great, as long as you're not hurting anybody. If you're, intentionally hurting somebody, then yeah, I have an issue with that. If you're forcing somebody to be something they're not, or something they don't want to do, and you're literally taking away their free will, that's not okay. Okay, so, but in Polynesia, for those of you who don't know, those of you who do, we're bringing it back up, there is a lot. I don't want to make it seem like it's a disease or anything. I don't want to seem like they're the outcast, but for me personally, growing up around it, it's always been okay. It's always been fine with me. It's never been where, like a germ, like, oh my gosh, don't touch me. No, it's always been respected. It's always been, I guess, to each his own. It's been frowned upon. I've heard people, from where, how I grew up, there are people that didn't accept it. I'm not gonna lie about that, but for me, as a Hawaiian, as me personally, as Calais myself, I never felt any different about it. I felt like, okay, that's just them. That's what they want to do. If they want to live and be with the person of the same sex, they want to become transgender, that's fine. What does that have to do with me? It has nothing to do with me. Does that stop my world from rotating? No. Does that stop me from fulfilling my responsibilities? No. That's their life. Let them go. Let them do what they want to do. We knew this guy was gay in the 7th grade. Biggest dude on campus. We all knew he was gay even before that. He knew he was gay for a long time. Did it bother me? No. I still talked to him. I still asked him questions. I still talked to him for a little bit here and there. I wasn't his best friend. Okay, and, I have family members who are gay. Cousins who we suspect are gay, but we don't care. I don't. My wife has cousins who are gay, married, have their own lifestyle, their own family. I had aunties who were gay. I didn't even know my auntie was gay. I just thought my auntie... Okay, so when I was a kid, I thought my Auntie Willie and my Auntie Linda were just best friends. We're sisters, damn near sisters. Didn't know what gay was growing up. They came all the time. Whenever we saw them, we hung out with them. They had a parrot that could cuss and swear. It was beautiful. Loved it. Didn't know that they were gay my whole life. Until one day, when my brain clicked, I was like, oh, my auntie's gay. Does that change anything of how much I love her? No. Does it change my life? No. It just, okay, that's fine. And it just clicks and it's like, okay, Auntie, let's keep going. Let's keep doing what we're doing. Let's keep loving each other. And so in Polynesia, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of gays. There's a lot of, I don't know about a lot of transgenders, but there is a lot of gay people. Let's just put it that way. A lot of feminine men, a lot of butchy, like strong-ass women. And one thing that I can honestly say about gay men in Polynesia, Polynesian gay men, is don't mistake their feminine side as a weakness. That's a mask, okay? Half of the time you forget they're a dude, okay? Because they're so soft. They may be the life of the party. A lot of we call them mahus. A lot of gay guys, a lot of mahus are the life of the party. Hilarious, especially when they're drinking. They start making jokes. They start making you laugh. They're very entertaining people. I love them. They're hilarious to me. But there is always this hidden rule, and some guys think it's not a real rule, but it is. Do not mess with the gay guy. And that's for not just Polynesian men, but that's for all men. But specifically, Polynesian men, do not. If they are a Polynesian man, okay, they may be gay, they may sound feminine, they may be able to sing falsetto and hit high notes like Mariah Carey, but they will also make you hit high notes like Mariah Carey when they decide to grab your balls and break them in their hand, okay? I remember there was a time in school where there was a kid, two boys, okay? One was a gay kid, and one was this straight kid, whatever, punky kid. So the punky kid calls out the gay boy, and he said, oh, and this is back in the day when they used the word faggot a lot, okay? So like, hey, you faggot, bro, you such a fag. Oh, God, I'll lick your ass right now. Okay, for those of you who don't know what lick means I will knock you out, I'll punch you, I'll beat you up. Lickings, that's what we call it in Hawaii. Cause I lick your ass right now. For a gay guy, that might be beautiful for them, but that's not what it means here in Hawaii, okay? So in this context, lick your ass does not mean lick your ass. Lick your ass here in this context means I'm gonna beat your ass down. Beat your ass and lick your ass, two different things, but that's how things go. Okay, follow the story. The punky kid goes, bro, I'm gonna lick your ass right now, cuz I'm gonna lick your ass right now. The feminine guy's like, whatever, Mary, whatever. He goes, come on, you F-fuck, come on, cuz, ready, we go, we throw down right now. That gay guy hit the switch so hard, it was ridiculous. The punky kid came in, the gay guy ducked, and open hand slapped the shit out of him with his nails and his palm. I was like, yo, so you remember now, these guys are gay, they do their nails. A lot of them do their nails to the point where they're like wearing acrylics, like Dolly Parton. He slipped his punch, gave him the 1-2 McDonald's menu, hit him again with the left right, and gave him the 1-2 Shere Khan scratch to the face. That's all that happened. The punky is, oh, you fucker, you wouldn't scratch me. Good, you didn't scratch you. That's the point of the fight. Because you're not fighting one girl. You're fighting one girl and one guy at the same time. Both of them have the equal strength of a man. You're not going to win. That was the whole point of this whole fight was, bro, leave him alone. He's not bothering you. Leave him alone. Of course, if he's hitting on you, you got to rub that shit off because this dude's still going to lick your ass. He's still going to knock you out. But it was so funny to watch. And just to let you guys know, that's just how life is. Do not mess with gay people, okay? Especially gay men, because you forget they are men with feminine qualities, not women trying to pretend to be a man. These are men trying to bring their testosterone and masculinity down to become a female without going through the whole transgender transformation. So their adrenaline, testosterone, it's still there. Okay, guys? And so you got to remember that part. It's still there. That ass whooping of a man that they have built inside them doesn't go down just because they're more feminine. No. It stays there. And there's like about 1.5 inches of a switch that goes off when shit's about to hit the fan. Okay? When shit's about to hit the fan, the baritone comes in, boom, goes from "Hey Mary" to "Sup, bro," in less than 2 seconds, and they're ready to get down to knock your ass out. Don't forget that, okay? Especially Polynesian men. We're already strong as it is. Now to add flame to that, no pun intended to the flamers, to add a flame to that, it's going to get serious. So please leave them alone. All right? That's it for my moment. Oh my gosh, got to get moving. All right, next up is our next segment called It's News to Me. All right, so on TikTok, these two things happen. I mean, on TikTok and Instagram is where I saw this stuff on social media. So we'll start with the first one. The first one was, I saw this on TikTok. This lady had a state-issued, basically, camping permit out in Waimanalo. Now, Waimanalo is where a lot of my family comes from. I took my wife down there to Waimanalo Beach Park one time to have breakfast. She loved it. Ocean is beautiful. Loved it there. Camped out there by Bellows. Basically, my whole life. So with this being said, this lady is bringing to attention that somebody had bought a permit to camp. Okay? That person was not camping at that site. They set up like a luxury tent campsite to rent out to people. So not only, this is double dipping, okay? So I was not double dipping when it came to performing music. This person who bought this permit to camp was double dipping because they bought the permit, right? Now, on top of the permit, they're renting it out to people. They have a nice little stand, nice little bar, whatever, beautiful tent, leg, camping, little campfire, whatever. Beautiful setup, don't get me wrong, that's nice. But the lady brought to an issue. You can't, this is not a residence. This is not a place of business. You cannot conduct business there unless, of course, it's a hosted event, like a whole outlet or something. And they're basically renting out property that doesn't belong to them. Okay? Because none of that extra money, revenue, or whatever you want to call it, profit that person is making to basically scheme out property. This is, and I don't know who's in charge, who created this, who bought this permit, okay? But this is how they, the white man, I'm going to say it, the white man did to Hawaii. They took land and they decided, okay, now you want part of this land that I just took from you, you're going to have to pay me money to be on this land. It's the same concept. They took the land, they purchased the land for that moment, that brief, 2 weeks, and now they're selling it to other people. They don't own the land, technically own the land, but they're willing to make money off of the land, off of the space. So thank you to this lady, whoever brought this to attention. And let me just tell you something. You lucky the real Waimanalo movers never come out there, okay? Because I have cousins, I have Kanaks, I have friends down there who would have swiped that campsite had they known that you were doing this. Had they known that this was some illegal act, and had they known that it wasn't just somebody who had the money to put this together and was using this site. So there's a difference, okay? And I know this to be true, okay? If people in Waimanalo found out that tent and that mini bar and that wooden chair and that wooden campfire, all that stuff, if they knew that was being rented out, guaranteed that whole thing would have been stolen. I bet most of them who were there, most of the locals who were there, who had their 10 by 20 camps, who had their Coleman camping tents, who had their homemade, whatever, kitchen sinks, hoses hooked up, whatever it was, the homemade hanging clothesline, for all those people who were there, who literally could not be there for all of 2020 because of COVID, thought that this was somebody who upgraded their tent. Now, mind you, if they had found out that he was trying to rent their aina to other people without doing it, first of all, when it's illegal, cousin, they would have taken everything. Trust and believe. I know for a fact. Everything would have been gone. And if you had food inside that bar, it would have been gone. The kids would have been eating them. And if they had drinks in the bar, you would have been seeing them drinking them right in front of you, and you would do nothing. So thankfully, this lady went save your life. Thank you, this lady went save. This lady who put this up on TikTok, social media, whatever, saved this other person from getting destroyed and robbed. Let's just put it that way, okay? Now, Yes, we have some smart Hawaiians. Yes, we have some smart locals. But this next part I want to bring up is because this was just dumb on the local boys' part, okay? Another thing off of social media that I saw was these guys knocked on this door, and this is all recorded on a Ring doorbell, and they accused this guy of throwing an egg at a family member of theirs, a girl, a sister or whatever, according to the video. Now, according to the video, there's about 4 guys that come up to this Ring doorbell. The first guy is trying to talk and say, hey, is this your, he comes up, basically just says, hey, my sister got egged by a guy in a Tesla. You're the only Tesla on the block. Did you hit my sister with the egg? The gentleman who answered the door, okay, that was the whole nutshell. And it was calm at first. The gentleman who answered the door said, hey, no, we haven't. I didn't do that. That's not me. I would never do something like that. Right now it's late. I have my 2 kids in the house. We're not doing anything. We're just relaxing. And of course, his boys start coming up. They start wearing their ninja headgear attire because they don't want to be seen. And they start, accusing him like, no, bro. And the guy, I understand, when somebody hits you with your, especially hits you with an egg. I got egged on my car. I looked out to find kids or whoever. Couldn't find them, went home. This situation, this boy's trying to blame this guy just because he has a Tesla. The video goes on. He's like, hey, and this is where you're not thinking straight, okay? This is dumb. This is stupid on that local guy's part, okay? He goes, oh, let me see your eggs. What? Yeah, because if you have eggs missing, bro, that means you didn't throw the egg. No, that doesn't mean he threw the eggs. That means he had eggs. And the guy was right. The guy who answered the door, the homeowner, the Tesla owner said, you're going to find eggs at every house. That doesn't make any sense. And this time, he's trying to stay calm, right? He's staying calm. And of course, his boys start bouncing around like they're going to do something. And of course, the skinniest one there is the one that's talking the loudest. Shut your fuck up, wakas. What, bro? Get your eggs out. Get your eggs, bro. Get your eggs. Shut the hell up, because you ain't going to do shit, bro. Trust and believe. The guy, the Tesla owner, of course, it starts getting, okay, so the argument starts going even more and more. And the local guy who confronted the door goes, brah, no, gotta be you. The only one with one Tesla on top of this block, cuz. My friend said they seen one Tesla come over there. And the guy's like, no, I've been home this whole time. Brah, let me bring your kids out and let's see. Why would I bring my kids? No, I'm not bringing my kids out here. I don't know you guys. And of course, it escalates. The skinny idiot starts going, yeah, bro, fuck you, bro. Come on, I'll leave you, guys. I'll leave you. Shut up. You ain't going to do shit to nobody. Okay? First of all, you weigh about 60 pounds. Second of all, just by the sound of the guy's voice, he could probably kill you. Just by his voice, okay? So the video goes on. They argue. The local guys are starting to be even more stupid because they're accusing this guy. And the guy's trying to stay calm. Eventually, he snaps like, bro, get the hell out of here. I don't know you guys. Get away from my house before I call the cops. Call the cops. The skinny guy, call the cops, bro. F the cops, cuz that means you guilty. No, that doesn't mean he's guilty, you dumbass. That means he's trying to protect his household and his kids. I would do the same damn thing. You try to threaten me or my household or try to even come into my house and ask about fucking eggs, cuz I will call the police. You're lucky I don't do it myself and knock the shit out you. Trust me. And all you guys would do is probably mob me 4-1, which is fine, or pull a knife on me 4-1, which is not fine. Because you guys is all pussies at that point, okay? I'm going to say it. You guys are dumb. This is why you cannot blame anybody unless you have full proof. That's what you're supposed to do. The guy owns a Tesla. Okay. Does it say no Teslas allowed in your neighborhood? No. Does it say, oh, Teslas can only live over here? No. Doesn't. 30 people could have Teslas. Teslas are able to drive wherever they want. Vehicles drive wherever they want in their neighborhood. You don't have a license plate. You don't have a description. You don't have anybody following that person. You can't accuse, oh, he get one Tesla. That's like saying, oh, this brother get one Honda. He did them. Oh, but wait, across the street get one Honda too. Oh, he did them then. No. And the worst is that you can ask the guy for eggs. Every household get eggs. Doesn't mean they true eggs. It means that they have eggs and or ate eggs within the past 7 days at least. Don't be stupid, guys. I understand. I understand how angry you guys can get. Trust me, I get like that too. But you guys accusing this guy who literally just said, no, I have nothing to do with that. Why would I throw eggs? I have 2 children of my own. We're here at home and we're trying to get ready for bed. Then you're going to say, oh, bring your kids outside. Why the fuck would he bring his kids outside? Why? That makes no sense to anybody. Oh yeah, let me bring my kids outside to you and some 3 of your other idiot friends who are wearing ninja masks so that you can see my kids. Why? So you can scare my kids, threaten my kids? No, hell no. Bruh, you gone. And then the skinny one goes up there and kicks the door. Bro, you couldn't even break the camera, bro. And the camera didn't even move. The camera wasn't even afraid of you. Stupid. Anyways, my opinion is, hey, I understand if things go down and you want to try and get somebody, but don't go and accuse people. You gotta have solid. You gotta be solid on all points. Okay, I worked loss prevention for a good amount of time. I had to make sure that I saw everything from beginning to end, and I kept my eye on this person. And yes, we got him at the end. We got him because we knew for a fact this is what happened. Okay, so when it comes down to that, same thing, guys. Make sure you keep an eye on the Tesla. Get a license plate. If he doesn't have a license plate, bro, it's lost already. You cannot walk through your whole neighborhood and you probably stopped at the only Tesla you saw instead of walking your whole neighborhood. You say, oh, because we just seen your Tesla over here. Gotta be you. No, it doesn't have to be him. It doesn't have to be him. So if they said, oh, it was one white car, you're going to check all the white cars? No, you gotta be specific as possible. That way, when you call the cops or you have you feel more entitled to beating this guy's ass. Yeah, by all means. If he did it, if he had the license plate and you followed him and you knew where he lived, yeah, call him out. Because then you can be like, bro, I saw you. I got your license plate down and everything. Now, don't jump to conclusion and accuse him because that's not right. But if you literally saw him taking off, you saw the license plate, you saw everything. You saw him throw the egg. You saw him in the vehicle. You saw him with the license plate. You saw him go to this house. By all means, bro, that's almost 100% sure fact that the guy did him. Then, of course, I feel more comfortable with you doing that. But if you just say, oh, but you only get the Tesla in the neighborhood because you're the only one, get the hell out of there, okay? Whew, sorry, I had to vent that out. Anyways, we're not going to do Thought Bucket tonight. Oh, no, man. No, we'll do it real quick. Okay, come on. Do it real quick. Let me give you a quick answer. I know I'm kind of running overboard. Ay. So this is more of a positive saying, okay? And this is perfect for how I've been feeling lately. It says this: sometimes we feel unworthy, but we forget that we were worth God's time to be created. Therefore, we are worthy of Him. And how does this make me feel? It makes me feel grateful. If we weren't worthy of Him, we would not be worth the time to be created. We are worthy of His love. We are worthy of being better than what we are now. We are worthy of achieving our goals and dreams. We just want to say that out to you. That's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in for the Hawaiian podcast episode. My name is Kalei2K. Look me up on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I got to put more stuff out there, but I'm working on it. YouTube, go to my Instagram. There's going to be some questions. If you listen to the episode, you guys want to participate, it'd be great. I love to share your answers here on my podcast and broadcast that to everyone, both near and far. Go ahead, share me on all your social media platforms. Let me see. That's it. Getting ready to go to Hawaii. Love you guys. Take it easy. God bless. Remember, spread aloha, not hate. All right, everybody. Take it easy. Aloha.